So I am super excited for next week because we are finally entering a new era for Nintendo when it comes to their next gen console, because the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct is taking place. And I wanted to make this video real quick, giving you guys my predictions of things that I can see being talked about within this Direct itself. So this should be a super fun video, and I'm just really excited to talk about all these different kinds of things that I could see happening within the Direct itself. So let's not waste any more time and let's just dive into my predictions. When it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2, the hardware is going to be one of the biggest talking points in the upcoming Direct. And based on what we've heard so far, it seems like Nintendo is gearing up for some major improvements. The biggest rumor that caught my attention is the possibility of a C button and a mouse mode for the Joy-Cons, as mentioned by Nintendo Life. If this is true, it could open up new gameplay possibilities, especially for strategy games and first-person shooters. Imagine having more precise aiming and movement options just by tweaking the way the Joy-Cons function. And of course, processing power is another huge factor. And if the leaks are to be believed, the Switch 2 might be on par with current gen consoles, meaning better graphics, improved frame rates, and shorter load times. That alone would make a massive difference, especially for games that struggled on the original Switch. Storage is another area that needs an upgrade. Nintendo has to address the limited internal memory that forced so many players to rely on micro SD cards. I'm hoping for at least 256 gigabytes of base storage, if not more, to accommodate larger game files. The screen is another part of the system that could see an upgrade. Higher resolution and improved color accuracy would make handheld gaming even more enjoyable, making everything look sharper and more vibrant. Let's not forget about battery life. If Nintendo wants the Switch 2 to truly be a step forward, it has to last longer on a single charge. More efficient power management would ensure smoother performance without players constantly worrying about finding an outlet. There's also a chance we might see some new peripherals, whether it's an enhanced dock or some kind of new controller innovation. Given Nintendo's track record, I wouldn't be surprised if they had something unique up their sleeves. The console is only as good as its games, and the Nintendo Switch 2's Direct is expected to showcase some big ones. One of the biggest things I could see, of course, is Mario Kart 9, which was briefly teased in January. I can't wait to see what new tracks, characters, and mechanics they bring to the table. Maybe we'll finally get some proper online tournaments or battle modes that feel fresh and exciting. A new 3D Mario game is also highly anticipated, possibly a sequel to Super Mario Odyssey, or even a new game in itself that takes advantage of the Switch 2's enhanced hardware. Seeing what they can do with improved visuals and performance has got me excited. Then there's also Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, which is a game that has been in development for what feels like forever, and the Direct could finally give us a solid release date, and if it launches alongside the Switch 2, it would be a great way to showcase the console's capabilities. Another game that would make an appearance is Pokemon Legends CA. Given the popularity of Legends Arceus, it makes sense for Nintendo to use the Switch 2's power to push the Pokemon series even farther. This could be one of those cross-gen titles, giving both new and old Switch owners a way to experience it. And third-party support is also looking strong, with rumors of major franchises like Halo: The Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 5, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Diablo 4 making their way to the system. If true, this would give the Switch 2 a much-needed boost in variety, appealing to both Nintendo fans and those looking for a more traditional console experience. Plus, we could see enhanced versions of some original Switch games like Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, making the transition to the new console smoother. If these predictions pan out, the Switch 2's launch lineup is going to be stacked. And one of the biggest questions on everyone's mind is, when will the Switch 2 actually launch and how much will it cost? With the Direct happening next week, it's likely that Nintendo will announce a release window around September or October of that year. This timing would make a lot of sense. It gives Nintendo enough time to build hype and prepare stock while avoiding the holiday rush. Plus, launching around back to school season could make it an attractive option for students looking for a new gaming system. And as for the price, speculation suggests it will land around $399. Considering inflation and the jump in hardware power, this feels like a reasonable expectation. Nintendo might also offer different models similar to how they introduced the Switch OLED. A standard and premium version could give players more options in the premium model, featuring a better screen, more storage, or extra accessories. However, Nintendo has always prioritized affordability, so it wouldn't be too surprising if they try to keep the base model closer to $350. And pre-orders will likely be a huge part of the Direct, with potential bundles to sweeten the deal. A Mario Kart 9 bundle could be an easy way to attract buyers, or maybe they'll include some kind of exclusive Joy-Con design. If Nintendo plays their card right, they can create the kind of excitement that ensures the Switch 2 becomes an instant must-have. Pricing and availability will be crucial factors in determining how successful the console's launch will be. One of the biggest advantages of the Switch 2 is its backward compatibility, which Nintendo has officially confirmed. This means that both physical and digital games from the original Switch will still be playable. However, there is a catch. Not every game will work perfectly right away. Nintendo has stated that some titles may require updates or might not be supported at launch, which could be a bit of a disappointment for players with extensive Switch libraries. Digital purchases carrying over is a big deal though. Nobody wants to rebuy games they already own, so knowing that our existing libraries will still be accessible is reassuring. This also suggests that Nintendo is focusing on a smooth transition, allowing current Switch owners to upgrade without feeling like they're losing access to their favorite games. If they go the extra mile and offer enhancements like improved frame rates or resolution boosts, it'll make upgrading even more enticing. Performance upgrades would be one of the biggest selling points of backward compatibility. If the Switch 2 can run older games at a higher frame rate or with better visuals, it might encourage people to revisit their favorite titles in a whole new way. Imagine playing Breath of the Wild or Metroid Dread with buttery smooth performance. This alone could make the new console worth it. Keeping players invested in their existing game libraries is smart business for Nintendo and helps maintain long-term loyalty. All in all, the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct is shaping up to be one of the most exciting gaming events in recent memory. And with all these rumored features, games, and improvements, it's hard not to be excited about what Nintendo has in store. If even half of these predictions come true, the Switch 2 could end up being one of the best consoles Nintendo has ever created. So those are my predictions for the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct that's taking place next week. I'm super excited, just like you guys, to finally enter a new era of Nintendo, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of things they have in store for us. If any of these predictions come true, I will be super happy, because I would love to see these games that I talked about within this video make an appearance in this Direct, which I'm pretty confident you probably will see that here. Other than that, if you guys have any predictions of your own that you guys want to share with me when it comes to things that you personally want to see in the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, be sure to let me know down below so we can talk about it. And if you guys enjoy the content on this channel, be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. If you guys want to follow me on my social media, be sure to check out my X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All the links to those are located in the description below. Be sure to click on that bell for notifications so you guys are notified whenever I'm dropping a video on the channel. But other than that, I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.